Hello, my name is Joshua Mwangu and welcome to my presentation. This is my financial literacy presentation. This is to get you to know what other people do with their money, what successful people do with their money. You know. So looking at the bodies there, there's there's Pan African Exchange, Securities and Exchange Commission, and there's Capital and Securities, sorry. So I'm affiliated to these bodies, but this presentation doesn't represent the the opinions or projections of the following companies. It's a personal presentation, and I'm doing it for free. This is financial literacy, so I'm going to do this for free, get everyone on target. So, who will you be? 85% of the people in the world will not be wealthy, rich, or financially independent by the time they retire, or even right now. So usually when people retire, people fall into those categories, as you can see here. I'll just zoom it down for you, as you can see over there. And everyone is an accountant and economist. If you handle money, if you make money, if you spend money, you're an economist, you're an accountant. You need to know what money can do for you. So who will you be? Hopefully, if you pay attention and stick with me, you'll be those bottom five. Wealthy, financially independent, or maybe still working. But hopefully not. We want better than that. We want you to be financially independent, we want you to retire, we want you to fulfill your goals even earlier than that. So what is financial literacy? Financial literacy is just a possession of knowledge and skills about money to make informed decisions. So this means these your financial data or your financial understanding should be in line with your short and long-term goals. So short-term goals are just rent, utilities, food, transport. Those are your short-term goals. You probably the popular horizon or time frame people use is a month. But as we are told, millionaires look at it yearly, billionaires over 10 years. And the comfortable, the middle class just look at monthly. The poor just want to solve their daily problems. So why do you want to be financially literate? We want you to have opportunity money. We don't want you to miss an opportunity. There are a lot of opportunities that have come. There's Bitcoin, there's Zanaco in Zambia, there are bonds which went up to 25% interest. So we don't want you to miss that. So when that opportunity comes, when you find a piece of land or whatever, or house at the right price, you're going to buy it. You're not going to have to run around and borrow money, and it's going to cost you more. So everybody wants to make more money, save, and grow their wealth. So the other thing we just want to point out is change is the only constant. Change is the only constant. Like our bodies, they get old and tired. You can't work as long as you want. You can't do the things that you want back then because your body is tired. Everybody thinks they'll continue working from their youth till they are 50, 60, and 70 until they die. They will continue working at the same pace. No, it doesn't work, so change is the only constant. Prices have been going up, since forever. There's a thing called inflation that reflects this general increase in prices, unless maybe data prices have been going down in some countries. That's an exception. We have DSTV versus internet TV now. That's causing a lot of stir up. Jobs change. Your job might not be as valuable as you wanted it to be. There are some jobs that are redundant. Some accounting packages or software packages. Customer care. Some parts are being taken over by, machines and software and information technology and AI, artificial intelligence. So this is the thing that we really want to fight. We don't want to get into a position where when prices go up, we're not ready, we're stressed out, we're rambling around with everybody. So let us not be part of the pack. Let us be that 15%. Get out of the 85%. So, okay. So what are the investments? The investments you can make are in real estate, shares. So real estate obviously is buying a house or land or property. Shares are just, in general, is a percentage ownership in a company, And bonds is just borrowing money to the government. That's just simple, pointed out straight up. So, truth be told, financial crises do happen. There've been, according to Dambi Samoa, there's been over 250 economic crises that have happened, according to the book How the West Was Lost. So we should know this is going to happen. The next one probably is going to be 2019. The end of next year, I can see the US interest rates are going up now. So that is a sign of the economy, you know what I mean? So a penny saved is a penny earned. So every small amount or any big amount you put aside is earned because you work for it. You have to ignore it. Even if you want to spend it, it takes discipline and it takes hard work. And most importantly, being a millionaire is not about luck, well-being. It's just about hard work, and you can be a millionaire. So we live in a bucket-carrying world. So that means everybody's thinking monthly, you know what I mean? So you get your money this month, end of the month. You spend it all. You look forward to next month. You spend it all. You look forward to the other month. You spend it all. Next thing, you're surprised it's been a year, and you'll be surprised, you know what I mean? So that's the whole process. You get money, you spend it all. You know what I mean? Everybody has done this. Even if you get a huge amount of money or little amount of money, if somebody gets a little or fairly amount of money, they'll spend it on stuff they can afford. They'll get a small house, they'll go to a fast food joint, they'll get a second-hand car on mortgage or, on a loan. People get substantial amounts of money who will do the same. They'll rent a bigger house, they'll get a more expensive car, they'll take their kids to more expensive schools and restaurants and gourmet restaurants. But everybody after that month goes back to zero and looks forward to the next month. So that is what we want to cancel out. So as you can see at the end of this is there, the living paycheck to paycheck. That's what we want you to get out of, and want you to get out of the time for money trap. That means if you don't go to work, you don't get paid, But we know a lot of things can happen. You can get sick, you can get old, your job can get redundant, you can get retrenched, We've heard of, usually it's very common in the mining industry, when costs go up, they'll retrench some miners and life goes on. And it's legal, unfortunately, in this economy. So we want to get out of paycheck to paycheck. We want you to build a pipeline. You know what I mean? If I show you, some other videos, it's going to be a pipeline. That means whether you work or not, you still get money, That is the key, Making money while you're not there. Okay. So here's just to reinforce the saving and investing, So this is how you want to ideally spend money, This is idea, it's the best model for me. I would, it's more practical for everyone. People want to, give some money to the church. Some people want to save. Some people want to give it out because they've got family and friends they want to support. And, 20% goes into investing. But you can change this model according to your strategy. If you want to, get financially independent or get out of your job real fast, then you invest and save bigger amounts compared to your spending. So that is the key. This is just a general model. If you put this model and study this model, you're done. This is all I just want to enforce in everybody. Everybody needs to know this model. So, what am I trying to teach you about financial literacy? You will be a millionaire, but it's going to take time, discipline, and hard work, There are times when the market, just rallies or booms. That will be a bonus for you, but you're not going to depend on that, you know what I mean? People get into rash decisions and gamble and bets, these limited offers, and they usually lose their money. But we are going to You are going to depend on yourself. You're going to save, you're going to get that money, and you're going to build your dream. You're going to build your business, you're going to build your house, you're going to buy that car. You're going to feel great, you know. So financial literacy goes on from generation to generation. We have the Rothschilds that have been doing it for over 2 centuries. Rumor has it they're the only trillionaire family in the world. They run the world in the shadows. There's the Kennedys, there's the Gettys of Getty Images, and the Fords. This is how they pass on their wealth. These are not secrets. This is something we pass on to our children, and they do it while they're young, so that they get ahead of us. So that we're ready to pay for their university, we're ready to pay for their school or whatever. We're ready to support them because we've been saving and investing over time. So this is a chance for you to make your descendants millionaires. And I guarantee that. That is a guarantee from me. And in this journey, you're going to have me as your personal financial consultant. That means we're going to work a program that will work for you. So again, bucket carrying world, time for money trap. Everybody's in monkey see, monkey do. If everybody gets a salary at the end of the month and spends it all and goes back to work month after month, and it turns into years, and years turn into decades, and it goes on and on and on. Next thing you're approaching retirement and like, whoa, where have I been all this time? So we don't want the time for money trap. Everybody wants to carry bigger buckets every month, but the key is to make money while you're sleeping, to make money when you don't report for work, and that is what is key. So why we have Mr. Mike Tyson and Johnny Depp, recently Johnny Depp on my left or your right, is that Mike Tyson has misappropriated over $300 million. Not because he was a bad guy, because he wasn't financially literate, And maybe it was the company he had or the managers. They took advantage of him because this guy is, illiterate. Johnny Depp, on the other hand, it's something over a period of time. This guy has, lost about $650 million from the early 2000s to now. $650 million, Think about that. If he saved that till now, with the low interest rates we have, and this is the opportunity for in Africa, you know what I mean? Because in the West, interest rates go down to 2, 1, 3%, 4%, 5% is really high. People are, 3% is so unheard of, in the West. So if he invested with us with the lousy 10%, people think it's lousy, but it's great, it's better than the West. That 10%, you could have been making $65 million a year paid, cash, no strings attached. After taxes, maybe you get about $50 million a year for just sitting around. That's a good deal, So, this is what we're trying to impose. We want you to save and invest a percentage, not to kill you, not to disturb your daily life, over time. So this means 5, 10, 20, and 30 years. I'm 25 years old, I wish I knew this when I was, 10, 5, 10, 15 years old. I would have been, hey, I want to be a millionaire by the time I'm 25. But that's okay. The time is still there. We're still young. If you know somebody, let's get planning that 5, 10, 20 year, 30-year plan. I'm going to be with you hopefully for the rest of your life, God willing, with this journey. I really want to make you guys millionaires, and I really want your children to also be millionaires, This is something we need to pass on from generation to generation. So consistency and discipline is the only thing that matters, Think about it like this. If you spend money on an ice cream, it wouldn't hurt you, right? Because you've got value for money, But some people, if you invest that same money, you buy ice cream for the past 10, 15, 20 years, now it becomes another story. Now you're making serious money. You're building your confidence, So that's what I want to focus on. When you invest this money, it's not money lost. It will always be yours and it will gain money over time. You will never lose your money. That's what it's about. That's the key to, the financial industry. It's what money can do for us now and what money can do for us later. So there we go. So wealth creation. What is wealth creation? Wealth creation is what you accumulate and not what you spend. Back to the bucket carrying example. If I carry a bigger bucket or salary of 100,000, you make 2,000, and at the end of the month we are all on zero. There is no difference. I'm with the 100,000. I'm just living high. You know what I mean? I'm just, spending money on the finer things in life. The other one can't afford the finer things in life, but probably satisfaction of the basic needs are the same. So that's what we want to do. So poverty is a result of poor choices and not poor luck. Truth is, if you're alive right now, you're spending money to be alive. Why don't you save a percentage of that money that can change your life, can change your children's life and your great-grandchildren's life, So let's do that. The other key thing I just wanted to point out, is that this one, 80% of millionaires today are self-made millionaires or first-generation millionaires. What does that mean? 80% of people who are wealthy here have built their wealth from scratch. Not intergenerational, not passed on, not good luck. They built it from zero to where they are. That is so encouraging, but it's so sad. It's so encouraging because you are going to be part of that group. It's sad because probably when you make it to that group, or most of people make it to that group, fail to pass on their hard work and these financial literacies, skills of saving and investing over a long term to their kids. And they lose it, Jews teach these principles to their kids from 3 years old. The Jewish people are about 1 to 2% of the world, and they own about 30 to 40% of the world's wealth. That's very interesting. Obviously, it wasn't in one day, but it was passed on from generation to generation. I want you to have a portrait in your children's house, in your great-grandchildren's house. They have to remember that our father, our mother, our uncle, our brother started saving and investing, and passed on these skills, and it has changed our lives. And this is something that will pass on from generation to generation, And this is where we miss it in Africa. We haven't yet found a solid, a solid plan. We used to do that back then, we used to pass on land, but with money, it's still a bit of a, new concept. So I want you to have such a portrait, for the ladies here. For the guys, I think Martin Luther was really handsome. So yeah, we have to look at the ways of Norway. Norway has over $500 billion in reserves from oil sales, because they know the oil was going to run out one day, and then what? And then what are the future generations going to have? So this fund has been growing for the past 20 to 30 years. $500 billion cash. That is amazing. That is brilliant. So that's the next thing is up to us. The other thing I just want to point out, I've spoke about this, the bar and bat mitzvah, The bar and bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah is a religious ceremony or ritual or rites of passage of the Jews, where they teach them, those specifics. You know what I mean? So that means it's 50% spending, 20% investing, 10% saving, and the other 10% is tithing, and the other 20% or 10% is you give that to your friend who's in need or whatever. That's amazing. These guys are actually planning to give their friends who are in need some money. They plan for that. They save for that. And this is amazing. That is the key. And when you're 12 or 13 years old, all your friends and all your uncles have to put money in these jars, saving, investing, spending, all of them have to put money in these jars when you're 13. When you're 13 in Jewish religion, you are responsible. You have to take care of your finances. You have to start planning. That's why they get the seed to build this momentum to do what they want to do, the projects that they want to do after university, after they become, independent. So this is a model that has been proven over time. It has been proven over time. So let's go back to that thing so that you look at it again. Just remember this. This is the key to financial literacy. So let me just take you back again. So during the bar mitzvah, your uncles and your aunties will have to put in money in all these jars. Or your uncles when you turn 13. That is really amazing. But obviously there's more, biblical, lessons and rules and, all these rites of passage. But this is really interesting. And these people are making it. So let's stick to this model, guys. Let's teach this to our kids. So, okay, let's get back to our presentation. Okay, almost done. So early investment is the best strategy, enabling the power of compound interest to work. So what is compound interest? Compound interest is earning interest on interest, So from our example here, we can see, if you earn 9% interest in year one, let me just make it nice for you guys. If you earn, I'm just going to write on this thing, don't worry. So you have 10 rand, right? So here's the 9% interest. So 9% interest plus 10, and so on and so forth. So this is gaining interest on interest. The following year, you're going to earn interest on your interest. But I'm going to come into this a bit later. You know what I mean? So let me give you an example. If you invested 100 rand or $100 with me, and you get $10 interest or $20 interest, next year we're going to add interest on $110 or $120 times your interest rate. Okay, so that's the key. So the other thing is compound interest. It's the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. So think about it like this. If you spend money all your life, and all the money that you spent on the consumables, and the food, and not even a percentage was saved, you have paid this. You have paid the price. But if you save money over time, you will earn this money. So if you get a loan, it's working against you. If you're investing, it's working with you. And this is from Albert Einstein, arguably the most intelligent person of our time. Obviously, and he was Jewish. He was of Jewish origin. So the pipeline, this investment is over time, but you only save once and you get paid for life. Yes, you heard me. Interest and money keeps coming in again and again, whether you work, whether you sleep, whether you're doing your business. I know everybody wants to build a business now, or company want to be entrepreneurs. No matter what, it will be there for you. Even when your business goes down, it will still be there for you. It's fixed income. So start saving and start investing, Talk to me. WhatsApp me, send me a message, comment, and I will explain this presentation personally for you. Just contact me, I'll explain it to you, and that's it. So congratulations, you are financially literate. You are not going to make the same mistakes whoever's making, the 85%, you are part of the 15% now. And your children and your descendants will be wealthy as long as you have got this financial literacy course. Okay? So just, please contact me. You know what I mean? I'll explain it to you. You tell me your plan, 3-year, 5-year, monthly, daily, for your kids' university, anything. Just talk to me and we'll make a plan and, we'll discuss it. Like I said, these plans are going to be tailor-made for you. And this package comes with me as your personal financial consultant. I am obligated to keep confidentiality. So that means everything you tell me is just between you and me, and I will not break that trust. The financial industry has gone through so much turmoil that, trust is out of the window. Please talk to me. Let's build this. Let's get you started. Let's get you on a millionaire path. You know what I mean? I know you have goals. I know you have businesses, but let's get you on the millionaire path, to reinforce and to support your business, to support your work, to support your hobby. Those long-term goals really have to come true. So whether it's the best time or the worst time, it's the only time we have, So thank you so much for watching this presentation. I know it has taken a lot of your time, your precious time, but I really appreciate it, So subscribe to, send me a request, subscribe to my YouTube channel or LinkedIn, or comment, and, we'll work out something, Let's get you on this path, Let's build something that you can look back and say, wow, we really did something. So thank you. Have a good day, and God bless you.